be a good day on the motor scooter. I bought one of these little rubber doodads that go on the back of that ram mount, the compression thing here, but I think I might need a bigger size for this iPhone. And it's not even a big iPhone, it's just the iPhone 6, not even the 6 Plus. That looks like a notebook. I remember when I went to pick up this phone, I was still trying to decide whether I wanted a 6 or a 6 Plus. And I was at the AT&T store looking at the different phones and playing with them and holding them and, you know, manhandling them and groping them to figure out which one I might just, you know, might like. Well, a friend of mine holds up an OtterBox Defender type case for the iPhone 6 Plus. He said, "Hey Ron, if you get that 6 Plus, there's going to be the case." And I'm not going to lie to you, that case would have made that phone look like a, you know, a paperback book, man. It was unreal. I said, yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You know, we make these phones as paper thin as they can anymore, and it doesn't make any sense, because the first thing we're going to do is wrap a big old protective case around the thing so we don't tear it up. Slow down there, buddy. But technology, what you gonna do? You know, there's just so many, technology has come so far in my lifetime. It reminds me of my mother talking about, you know, when they were going to put a man on the moon, and how everybody thought that was the craziest thing they'd ever heard. Now, I think that we've seen so many advancements in technology and science in my generation that when somebody makes a claim about being able to do something with technology, we don't even bat an eye. Instead of you know, trying to disprove the idea, our attitude is, I can't wait to see that, because we're pretty confident that it's actually going to come to fruition. A question for all you cruiser riders out there. Have you ever gone from owning a motorcycle with a heel toe shifter to a motorcycle with just a toe shifter? Like my last vlog, I was talking about buying one of these adventure bikes. Well, you know, it doesn't have floorboards, and I'm quite sure it's not going to have a heel toe shifter. And this heel toe shifter on this VTX, you know, at first I was a little resistant to it, but now I quite like it, because it is a lazy shifter, man. Lazy. I can't remember the last time I put my toe under a shifter. It was been that long. I was trying to figure out now if I should start using just the toe portion to try to start grooming myself to get used to it, or just let it naturally occur when I do get this bike next year. I'm confident it'll be okay. I mean, I went from a toe shifter to this heel toe shifter. Now, that was a big switch for me. I went from riding a Ducati Super Sport to this thing right here, and it was everything was different. The power, of course, was different. The riding posture was different. It's just a lot different. This is a lazy bike to ride. It's not real fast. Sometimes I feel like I could use another gear, but you know, the fact that it's not a really quick bike, it causes you to resist really flying down the road in it. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still break the law, and you can still do some speeding, but the chances of you having the desire to break 100 miles an hour are not that good. Now, when I had a Ducati, I did push it a few times, you know, on a back road that was long and straight and curvy and everything else, but for the most part I was a law-abiding citizen, which, you know, that doesn't give these sport bikes justice. I mean, these bikes were designed to to really go fast. That's where they perform better. And they're just not, you know, they're fun bikes to ride, don't get me wrong, and you can ride them legally on the road all day long. It's not what they want to do. It's like when I used to be really big into off-roading. I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again, I don't care. I repeat myself all the time, I'm sure. I built I bought a used 1967 Jeep CJ5 when I was stationed out in Fort Huachuca, Arizona in the late 80s. I even took that Jeep to Alaska with me. And while I was in Alaska, I bought sold the Jeep and bought a 1979 Ford Bronco, 4-wheel drive. Had fun with that. Took it to Fort Campbell with me, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And then when I moved down to I sold it and moved down to Fort Gordon. And my next toy was a 1979 Jeep CJ5, and that was in bad shape. I had to do a lot of work to that. First thing I had to do was work on the drive line. I mean, it was running. I just had some old parts on it, like U-joints, things of that nature. Oh, yeah, I say that a lot. I just realized I say things of that nature entirely too often. Instead of going stuff like that, things of that nature, they need to come up with something else to say, or more things to say of that manner. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, I had to work on that Jeep for a while.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
But that was fun. And anyway, what I was trying to get to is when I owned that Jeep, I used it for off-road. I mean, that's what I did. I beat it up. I took it to there used to be a place right outside of Murphy, North Carolina called Tellico ORV Park. I'm not sure if it's part of Tellico, whatever that Tellico down there in Tennessee that you guys have been riding in lately. But Tellico ORV Park was fun, man. I mean, we used to go there all the time. Now, granted, it wasn't some really super duper pro level Jeep build. I didn't take it on those ridiculous obstacles, but I did have fun with it out there. You know, I couldn't tear it up too bad. I wanted to be able to ride the damn thing home. So anyway, I used to see guys that would buy off-road vehicles, you know, four-wheel drive vehicles, and never take them off-road, and would refer to them as mall cruisers, because that's the only place they ever go. Mall cruisers. Never had the cheap dirty muddy, never had a dent in it. They used to laugh. And then I found a pre-printed, it was like a citation you could print off. So I kept a stack of them in my car or my Jeep, and if I was somewhere and I noticed somebody was had an off-road vehicle that they weren't using for off-road, I would issue them a citation, and it had all these different check marks you could put, like tires too big for the lift, and improper lift for tire size. You know, I mean, if you're any off-roader, you can imagine what this was. It was called a poser 4x4 notice.